Descents into the underworld are fairly common across mythology, doubly so for Greek mythology. From Theseus and Perseus going to Hades, attempting to kidnap Persephone, brilliant move, by the way, to Heracles going to catch the hound Cerberus, to Odysseus venturing there on his voyage home. There are numerous tales regarding the chthonic journey, but none, maybe barring Heracles' trip, are as well known as that which Orpheus took. You see, Orpheus was a masterful lyre player and a singer whose voice could cause nature itself to bend and listen to him play. He was a fair visage, and his musical talent made him very easy to get attracted to, something his wife, Eurydice, was upon meeting him. Hitting it off immediately and falling madly in love with one another, Orpheus would play music, Eurydice and the world at large would listen. Then one day, perhaps the day of their wedding, or perhaps sometime after, they were traveling. And accounts vary exactly how many or how or why. But for sure, Eurydice is bitten by a snake, and quickly succumbs to the venom coursing through her veins. This devastates Orpheus. Various tales tell of what he did between her death and the chthonic journey, but most notably among these is his admission into the elite group of sailors on Jason's Argo, maybe to lift his spirits, or maybe just because the Eurydice myth was not as ubiquitous yet. But regardless, he did join the ship, and somewhere along the journey back from Colchis with Medea and the Golden Fleece, the Argo found itself passing by that rocky island that would be much better known to Odysseus a few decades later, in mythological time, where the sirens attempted to lure the vessel to their rocks and the sailors to the death. But instead of succumbing, Orpheus stepped to the bow, lyre in hand, and sang back. The alluring song of the sirens being overwhelmed by the sheer bardic swagger of this musician, allowing the vessel safe passage through. This seems to be the only time a bard's countercharm was usable in the slightest. Regardless, after the Argo returned home, Orpheus, still heartbroken, took it upon himself to go to Hades, to speak with the god of the underworld, and to regain his wife. He did speak with Hades, and the god's words were simple. He could have Eurydice back, if he let her out of Hades without looking back at her. Confident, or perhaps unknowing of the difficulty to come, Orpheus agreed. The myths vary here, from the pair of lovers talking as they climbed out of Hades to Eurydice following in silence. Yet, neither case really changes the end result. In the tellings where they do talk, Eurydice grows quieter and quieter the closer they get to the surface, and mere steps away from the entrance, Orpheus turns around to make sure she was still there, seeing her in the process and sending her back to the land of the dead. In the tellings where she does not speak, Orpheus, as they reach the end, gets suspicious as to why he could not hear her footsteps, and thinking Hades played a trick on him, he turns around, sending Eurydice back to the land of the dead. Despite the telling, the pair are split up, and Eurydice returns to Hades, just steps from resurrection. This drives Orpheus further into grief, his only chance of getting her back falling through his fingers like the sands of an hourglass. Cursing himself, he would go the rest of his life without taking another woman. And unfortunately, he would either anger the women of Thrace, the Maenads of Dionysus, or some other group of women who would tear him apart for inattention, disrespect, or some other manner of actions. Either way, my dude couldn't catch a break. In the end, though, this is what he probably wanted, as his soul would descend to Hades on its own chthonic journey that he would never return from, and unite once more with his wife, Eurydice, for eternity. As always, thanks for watching, stay hydrated, and